Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So the Social Security Administration just issued a huge warning to all Americans over the $600 increase that was announced in June and perhaps even July as well. So we'll be going over everything that you need to know in regards to that. Plus, we're going to be going over another increase that is going to be taking place next year in 2025 that is going to be announced in just 4 months. We'll be giving what the good and bad news is on that one. But before we go ahead and dive into the main content of today's video, if you wouldn't mind helping out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock or $200 in free cash, in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. And if you'd rather just have the cash, all you have to do is once you receive the free stock is just sell for what it's worth and then transfer the cash value right back to your bank account. Okay, so diving right into our first story of today's video. First off, we're going to be talking about two increases for all Social Security beneficiaries. This one is going to be announced in 4 months in October, and you're not going to start receiving the money until January of 2025, although some beneficiaries are actually going to be receiving their payments just a couple of days earlier in the latter parts of December. We'll be going over why later on in this video. So we're going to start out by talking about this first increase and what the good and bad news is about it. Once again, it could vary depending on how much you receive right now. So according to the Motley Fool, the 2025 Social Security COLA is good news / bad news situation for retirees. So the latest number in May, the nonpartisan Senior Citizens League projected that Social Security recipients would get a 2.66% COLA in 2025, but more recently the group adjusted its projection to 2.57% based on the most recent data from the Consumer Price Index, which measures changes in the cost of consumer goods and services. Social Security COLAs are calculated based on changes to the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners or clerical workers, also known as CPIW, which is a subset of the CPI. So it's actually went down whenever they came out with the numbers this month in June, which was the numbers for May, because it's just 1 month trailing. That got downgraded down to 2.6%, whereas before it was 2.7%, at least rounded up. They go on to say that, but do remember that a smaller Social Security COLA is an indication of cooling inflation. So while you might be looking at a slightly less generous raise, it means you could also be in line for more relief at places like supermarkets and gas stations. All things told, everything should even out. So of course, inflation is going down a little bit. It's not, prices aren't reducing, prices are still increasing by a certain amount each month. But the COLA is getting smaller and smaller, which means that prices are not increasing by as much as what we have seen in previous months and years. They go on to say that one option to look at is downsizing, so you're spending less money on a home. You could also consider relocating to a part of the country where your Social Security benefits are more easily stretched. Now, these are options are given to people where they feel like their Social Security check has them very stretched out in life. Maybe they're receiving a check of $1,900 and their expenses come out to, let's say, like $1,800, and at the end of each month they only have $100 left over, and they feel like they're very easily stretched because from that, if they only have $100 left over, they're pretty much one emergency away from being, completely in the deficit for the month. Let's say that their motor or their engine goes out in their car. Well, guess what? That's going to be a huge expense, a huge unexpected expense. Or something else takes place where they have to dish out, let's say $1,000, $5,000, even $10,000 unexpectedly. Just like that, they're in the hole. So that obviously you want to set up your budget as friendly as you can for yourself. That way you're not living like very much paycheck to paycheck and really relying on these benefits, paying off everything that you need. plus whatever other savings or retirement accounts that you might have. They go on to say that furthermore, the gig economy has really changed the face of working during retirement. So if money is tight enough that you're reliant on a Social Security COLA to stay afloat, consider working a few hours a week, whether that means driving for a ride-hailing service, caring for pets, or delivering food at your convenience. And to kind of touch base on that, whether that's driving for Uber, whether it's like Uber Eats or Grubhub, DoorDash, a lot of people do Instacart, which is where you're essentially shopping groceries for other people and dropping it off at their houses. That can be, fairly lucrative, at least when it comes to tips and things like that. There's also sites like Rover, where basically you're caretaking for animals. Someone goes on vacation for a week or two and you're watching their cat or their dog, whether it's stopping at their house and taking care of their pets, or their pets actually physically stay at your house. And you can make, pretty decent money at that, like $30 per day, which over a week, that's another $200. All that can definitely rack up and supplement your Social Security income. They go on to say that it's a great thing that Social Security benefits are eligible for COLAs every year, but there have been years when recipients got no increase after inflation declined or remained flat. So a COLA is really never something you want to bank on too heavily, and if your financial situation is such that you do, it's time to make at least one notable change. So again, if you feel like your budget is very tight on a month-to-month basis, obviously those options that they give you could work out. Not everyone can pick up and move from California over to a lower cost of living state that's, say, like Missouri or Kentucky or something like that, because people have family in California. They don't want to pick up and move all across the nation. And to do that, but certainly maybe downsizing if you had like a 4-bedroom house or something and your kids move out, maybe you can move down to like a 1-bedroom apartment or something like that, where you're no longer having to pay as much property taxes or rent if you're renting, or your mortgage payment will be going down, or perhaps you can sell your house and then be able to pay off in full like your 1-bedroom apartment. Plenty of options out there, plenty of things to think about. But moving into our next increase that we're going to be talking about, this is the increase, the big one, the $600 increase that's supposedly going to be happening. We've seen a lot of websites reporting on it, but the Social Security Administration just issued a huge warning on the supposed $600 increase. They're saying this is actually false. This is not happening. All these websites are reporting on a $600 increase that's going to be happening. They're actually saying it's a scam. So this is actually just going to be a scam. If you ever see a $600 increase associated with your Social Security benefit, whether that was supposed to take place in June or July, it's absolutely a scam. We don't really know exactly what the scam is so far. Perhaps later on we might be receiving phone calls or text messages or something like that saying that if you want to receive your $600 increase, you have to go out and buy like a gift card, Walmart gift card or Best Buy gift card or something like that. We don't know exactly how this is going to unfold, but I'm sure over the next few weeks, scammers are definitely going to take advantage of the $600 increase that is going to be taking place, just like the supposed stimulus checks. I think they came up with like a weird number, like $7,000, which is also false as well. That was trending on Google. I had a video on that the other day that you can go back and look at. But according to The Hill and News Nation, Social Security Administration raises alarm over $600 payment increase scam. So unreliable websites claiming that Social Security recipients will receive a $600 payment increase or get a new stimulus check this month are spreading misinformation, according to the agency. They said the reports of a $600 payment increase are false. Please be aware and don't fall for this stunt, Commissioner Martin O'Malley said in a news release. The agency didn't specify how the rumor started, but News Nation reviewed multiple fake news articles making the claim. One described the bonus payment as the long-awaited $600 increase, and the false rumor gained so much traction that the Social Security Administration's phone lines were slammed with more than 463,000 calls in a single day, O'Malley said. And News Nation identified other online false articles claiming that Social Security recipients are set to receive a new stimulus check. That's also untrue, a spokesperson for the Social Security Administration confirmed via email. Social Security related scams are the #1 government imposter scam in the United States, and last year consumers reported losing more than $126.5 million to them, according to the Federal Trade Commission. Official announcements about changes to payments can be found on the government website. Individuals are also notified directly. So again, the $600 increase is not going to be happening if you receive a phone call, a text message, or any type of communication that isn't directly from the Social Security Administration, or really anyone in general that's mentioning to do something to give them some type of information in order to receive your $600 increase. Just know that this is completely bogus. In any ways, the Social Security Administration is not going to reach out to you directly. It would be in some form of official mail. But definitely if you receive anything in the mail even claiming to be from the Social Security Administration, they're asking for, personal details or go out and buy you gift cards or something just crazy like that, definitely just know that it's a scam. This is something that's not happening, and we'll have to wait and see how everything, sort of unfolds. Now, the only guaranteed increase, once again, is going to be the cost of living adjustment. That is not going to be announced until October, though, and you're not going to start receiving the COLA until next year in 2025. Unless, of course, you receive SSI benefits. For SSI beneficiaries, since January 1st is a holiday, you're going to be receiving your cost of living adjustment a few days earlier in December, in the latter parts of December. So if you receive SSI, you're going to receive 2 payments in December. December 1st is going to be your normal amount, and then your second payment in December is going to be the one with the cost of living adjustment. But that's all I have for today's video. I certainly hope you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.